fuck? That's not coming out of my speakers. There we go. All right. It's gonna be a very different stream and in vibe and how it looks. I'm gonna be standing the whole time. Essentially, you're not gonna see me. This is my pedal board. Lots of effects in here, I know. Clearly, like, there's a lot going on. No, I took all my pedals off of it. As for why I'm doing this, I bought this Strymon Volante for 300 bucks. It typically goes for, how much does it go for actually? I'm curious. It's gonna be easier for me to look up on my phone. These I think retail for like 400 bucks. Yeah, 450. These retail for 450. I got it used at the Guitar Center I work at. I'm still repping the Guitar Center uniform. I got it for 300 bucks, which is crazy. I saw it on Monday that we had one, and I was like, oh my god, that's a crazy deal. Unfortunately, I'm broke right now. So I was just like hoping and praying that it would still be here today, and it was. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna just do it. I had the money, so I went with it. So I'm redoing the whole pedal board because I need to fit this on there. It's gonna be tight, but I know I can do it. I'm pretty sure I can do it. So we're gonna try. And I gotta rewire everything as well, obviously. But this is now the second biggest pedal on my board. So everything's gonna kind of have to go around it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is try to figure out where I want to place shit, I think, is my first goal. The biggest thing I have is this. This is the Victory Kraken preamp. Victory V4 Kraken preamp. It's basically like one of their amps, except it's just the preamp, so I can plug this into my Boss Katana and essentially use this as the amp and then the Boss Katana as the speaker is what I do. It sounds fucking crazy and I love it, so this is a must-have for me. It's kind of like that. This is the brain of my entire pedal board, more or less. Just cause like this is like, I don't know. This is the amp essentially in my rig. So I had it right here, and I'm probably gonna do the same thing because I can. But I might start placing other shit first. So I'm thinking like this might go right here with the Kraken above it. That's more or less. Okay, hold on. Let me grab my other shit. These aren't all gonna fit on my chair. Just kidding. This is my old delay pedal. The ARP 87 Walrus Audio. It's a fantastic delay. I have gotten a lot of mileage out of it, but the thing about the Strymon Volante is that this is endgame delay. This is like the final delay pedal you ever need and ever have. So it's crazy that I have one already. But I saw it and it was just a fantastic opportunity. This was my first like working at Guitar Center is awesome purchase, I think. But rest in peace to the ARP 87. So my pedal board layout, like as of recently, has been. This was reverb, and then I had delay right here. It was like this, and then whatever else, and then the Kraken preamp right here, which was a really good setup. I'm thinking I might do the same thing, except I'm gonna have to swap some stuff around. Because this is obviously going. This is staying, but I feel like it makes more sense cosmetically to I have to be really careful with the Kraken because if I secure it down with the Velcro is so strong it's like impossible to pull this thing up. So I have to be careful with this. I could just like Hold on. So I had a roll of the soft end of this Velcro, and it's gone. I think my mom used it for a project and just used every single bit of it. So I could probably look for it. There might still be some left and she just didn't bring it back to me. I don't know. But I'm thinking I'm gonna do like, just for now. How big is the Kraken? Where did I put the Kraken? I'm gonna need beefier scissors in a second. This is what I'm doing. Again, the moment I stick down the Kraken, it's over. That thing's not moving. This was more or less where it was. So I'm thinking I could do the Volante right here. I could do my reverb right here. Let's probably move over a little bit. I'm gonna have to squeeze to get all this shit in here. It's gonna be fucking tight. So we'll see how it goes. So then I had this. My extra distortion. My tuner was right here. And then I had this, I think right here. No. Yes. So I would ordinarily have this here, but okay, ordinarily the compressor would be in this bottom row, but I'm not gonna do that because I like having easy access to the freakout. So that's gonna go there. I actually do have enough space for this. I was a little worried it'd be tight, but I don't believe it is. I'm gonna do octave here, fuzz here, compressor here. That works really well. I like that. Cool. Okay. Everything fits just fine. Not nearly as tight as I thought it would be. But I haven't started wiring anything yet, so I'm gonna take a picture of this. This is practical. This is not what a pedal chain would be like, which is where wiring it's gonna get really weird. There's gonna be lots of crossing wires, but this is how I like the pedal board to be arranged. Although, I might mirror this. Hear me out. This heavily relies on me using my left foot to use pedals, which I don't like doing. So. Although that makes more sense in the long run because, like, if I just get used to using my left foot, that makes more sense because my guitar is on my right leg. I don't want to be, like, swinging it around. Let's entertain the idea. Because I can. Let's see. We're gonna move this. This is gonna go here. This is gonna go here. I already hate that. That's so weird. And then these two swap. Cool. And then this here. This here. No. This here. This here. Kraken. No, no, no. Don't do that. Again, once I stick the Kraken down, it's over. This thing is impossible to peel back up. This is both more practical and not nearly as practical at the same time. No, there's no reason to do it like this. No, I'm not doing that. That's weird. Like, tuner pedal being on the far left is, like, that's odd. Not doing that. I'm gonna go back to what I was doing before, which was this here. This here. We're gonna do, yeah, this here, the freak out, and the tuner. Cool. I'm surprised this all fits. I'm gonna be real. I knew I had extra space to work with. I didn't know I had this much extra space to work with. I'm kind of relieved. I thought this was gonna be a lot harder to make work. That's sketch. That's better. Better fuzz I had on the left. Hog on the right. Something I'm hoping this fixes is I've been having this issue with buzzing when I turn gain up. So hopefully the rewiring this fixes that. I like this layout. We're gonna do this. So now we get to do the fun part, which is the wiring, which I'm so excited for. I am excited about this layout though. I don't really know why I'm getting so specific about placement already. That might get weird. We'll see what happens. Alright, I might as well start actually, like, wiring stuff. I'm gonna kind of place stuff on here one by one. Starting from, like, the beginning of the signal chain, I think. Let's see. effects loop signal chain. All right. So this gets confusing because this goes into the effects loop in my amp to override the preamp in that one to use with this. So then I'm running this into the effects loop, and this has its own effects loop. Basically, this gets confusing and messy. So this is going to be kind of difficult, but we're going to start from the beginning. And the beginning is the tuner. All right. Let's see. Okay. This is gonna get wacky real quick. Let's see. This is my power source. Hold on. Okay. I don't really need to worry about current, so I'm not going to. Let's see. These cables, these power cables, are so long for absolutely no reason. I just wanted to mention that. It's kind of annoying. That works. Sure. I'm actually gonna keep this loose, I think. I think I have an idea of how to do this well. Better than I did before. To kind of take care of all of them at once. So I want to do compressor next. Which on my pedal board is going to be right here. So we're getting wacky. You know what else is wacky? This. I'm not entirely sure how this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it and see what happens. Will that fit down there? It will. Cool. That worked out, actually. Yeah, it's good. Very out of the way. I like that. This is gonna turn into spaghetti very fast. So let's see. I don't like that. Just in general. I guess it kind of works. It's just like, what do I do with this cable? No, I don't like that. Can I make a shorter one work? That works just fine. That's actually totally fine. I like that. Cool. Next is overdrive. I'm trying to remember if I put this in the chain next or this. I'm pretty sure I put the freak out in the chain first before the distortion. I'll double check the freak out like manual. Recommended to place it at the beginning of your effects chain. Okay, so I'm actually going to do this instead. Alright, now we're gonna go out from the freak out into the compressor. I need a long lad for that. Can I do this in a better way? Yeah, that works. And now I think we go from compressor to overdrive. Yes. I'm gonna need another long boy for that. What I'm not doing right now? Wiring up power. I need to not be forgetting to do that right now. Oh, hold on. That's not right. Alright, let me wire up power. Let's do this. Cool. Okay, nice. I'm gonna have to dial in all of my tone again. I have to dial everything back in. So from here, I would go into the Kraken. Into... I think input. Yes. This would go out into Kraken input. Okay. So now we get to place the Kraken, which is the scary thing. Because again, once I place this, it's not going anywhere. Once I put this thing down, it will not move. I like to kind of put it a little high up to give it a little more stability, because if it's just this, it just so happens to be on top of like both things and it wobbles around. So I'm gonna place it a little bit higher, give it a little more stable base. Try to get it on both ends a little bit. That works. I don't love that. Yeah, this is the hard part. Ugh. I'm gonna put it higher. See, that's not good either, though. I might have to do it. The cables are gonna keep this thing stable, so I'm not too worried about it. I think that's probably good. So out from here into input here. I need a longer LED, but not a LED that's too much longer. I'm making sure I'm using my best patch cables in this part of the signal train because this is where the hum I was getting is coming from. Which, I mean, you always get hum with gain, but I was getting hum when I wasn't playing and, like, volume was off. Which shouldn't really be happening. It wasn't really happening before, so there was no reason for it to be happening then. Let's see. This feels excessive. That feels excessively long. That's not going to reach. I don't have any patch cables that are shorter that aren't too short, so we're going to do this one. Is that? I'm going to have to manage that somehow. Some kind of tie. I didn't power it. Might be helpful if I do that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, things are looking messy back here currently, but I'll clean it up. Wait, octave. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I didn't do octave or fuzz. Octave goes immediately after compressor. Alright, I fucked this up. I fucked this up. Not badly, but I did in fact fuck it. Why would you fuck it? It's the micropog. What do you mean, why would you fuck it? Would you not? Peter, do not the effects pedal. I mean, okay. So I think in this case we just run the freak out into the Pog first instead of into my distortion first, which works. Like, that's fine. I can use a shorter one for this too. I can use a short boy. I can't wait to deal with my spaghetti wiring. So this is another pedal that's weird because I want it to have stability. Most of the pedals up here are gonna be a little wobbly, but that's kind of just the nature of my board, unfortunately. That's actually pretty stable, so I'll take it. Am I gonna have enough room for my fuzz? I hope so. Where was this? What was this previously? I'm pretty sure this was the Friedman. I'm gonna do it this way. I should be able to just, like, do this. Yeah. That works. Can't wait to deal with my spaghetti. I'm cooking linguine over here, dude. So from here, we will go into... So we'll go effect out. Does fuzz or distortion go first? Hold on. Why is there two chats on stream? Who did this? Should I put... Putting a fuzz pedal in front of an overdrive pedal makes it much easier to dial in a usable sound, so it's almost certainly the more common arrangement. Fuzz before overdrive. Okay. I hope I have enough room. Okay, I do. This has the inputs and outputs on the top. That works. Might get a little wacky, but it is tight. It is a tight fit, but it does work. Ugh. Maybe. Well, that should stay, probably. Yeah, that should stay. So I could just use one of these. I'm gonna need a longer boy for the output here. I'm gonna use another nice one because again, I'm trying to fix my buzz issue. Shit, I need power. I'm also gonna just need to double check the power draw on the MicroPog because I feel like for some reason I know that the MicroPog uses like 300 milliamps for some reason. I don't know why it does, but I think I remember that from when I wired this earlier being like 10 months ago. that it was like really weird that this pedal was like this. I'm gonna just stuff this down there for now. It's really awkward but really clutch that this pedal has the input and outputs on the top, because that makes it actually possible to wire it. Although it's going to be real tight, so let's see. Get rid of this. That was for my power switch, which I am going to do again, because having a power switch on your pedal board's fucking awesome. They should just make, I mean, I'm sure they make power switches for pedal boards, but they should be more, they should be used more. Let's see, this is gonna get weird. That is tight, but it works. Okay. Now we're good. This is so scuffed. It's crooked. Looks like it has like pigtails or something. All right. I'm gonna move this over, and I gotta rewire power to it. I think, do I just have it? Yeah, I do. Wait. This is from the Bender Fuzz. And I don't have one plugged in for the overdrive, so I'm gonna get one. So this sits here. This is gonna have to go around and up through here. That works. Okay. I'm gonna double check while I'm doing this the power draw on the Micro Pog. $180, right? Yeah, that's a really weird number. Really, really weird number. If I give it too much, it shouldn't do anything. But I probably want to plug the micropog into one of the 300 milliamp inputs. This is getting heavy. As for which one is the micropog, I'm gonna have to follow my spaghetti. It's like a mobile game ad. It's this one. I'm gonna give that 300. And then the Hall of Fame reverb, I'm gonna give this 100, I think. But that is everything up to the loop, and this is where shit gets really confusing. So to amp input. Between the V4 loop out and your amp's FX return jack. Okay, so basically, the idea here is like I said, this is fucking confusing. What the hell are you doing, Google? Google. So delay and then reverb. But I'm gonna do this weird. Because I want delay on the left. This is tight. Can I fit this? I should be able to, it's just gonna be hella tight. So let's see. So I want to do what? If you usually run your place those pedals between the V4 loop out and your amp's FX return jack. Place those between the V4 loop out and your amp's FX return. Then your loop as usual and will work with the V4 pedal on or off. If you usually run anything in your amp's loop, reverb or delay, yeah. Place those pedals between the V4 loop out and the amp's FX return jack. I think I get the idea? Question mark. I've done this once before, but it confused the fuck out of me the first time, so. It's a complicated signal chain. To be fair. To be frank, if you will. Fucking frank. Let's see. See, it's tough because I don't have a visual representation of these, but I can very easily give myself that, so I'm going to. Because I have the cables. And they're labeled. The one with the blue tape is return. So I want to do... Oh god, dude. I'm lost. No. Alright, maybe this is my opportunity to fucking redo this anyway, so. I should just be redoing my amp wiring as well. If I'm doing this. Which I am. You saw anything? No, you didn't. That's all going. So through goes to effect input. Oops, to amp input. So this will go to the amp. This is amp input. Through. This is where shit gets gets even tighter, honestly. Shit's about to get even tighter than it already is. Ugh. Get this in here. I'm gonna try to get it going through one of these. Oh god, this cable tie. Coming out of here. Through is 2 amp input. Okay. I'm just like repeating that to myself to make sure I'm doing the right thing here. Bender Fuzz still fits. It's tight, but it does. Ew, I don't like that. I'll do this. That's the same exact thing. That just comes out on its own because of this. Yeah, that's really sketchy. Yeah, see how it just comes out on its own? Because this patch cable's here. So something I could do is run it this way. But I don't think that's going to work. So I'm just not even going to consider it. I feel like I've reached a stalemate. I could, because this is right angle on one side and then straight on the other side. I could theoretically have this be the long end, but I don't want to do that. I feel like that makes less sense than this does, even with this potentially popping out. This might get held in by something else, so I'm gonna leave it for now. And hopefully I'm not leaving it until it's too late. I'm gonna power it up. I have been in the past using its own power adapter, because it came with one and it's 12 volts. But my power supply has a 12 volt input. So I think I'm just gonna use that now, going forward, and hope that it works. Fuck. There we go. Okay. So there's a wire on the Kraken. Power wire. This is so tight. But it's gonna fit. I'm pretty sure. I think it's gonna work out. Let's see. From here we want to do... You know what? The way I'm doing this is stupid. I just had an epiphany. say, theoretically speaking, I do this instead. I want to use, like, these holes here, but I feel like it doesn't make sense. Like, space-wise, and if they're all going to be coming in here, I can just have the 3 come out here. Like, that just makes more sense. And then they're easier to take in and out. I'm just going to do that. Yeah, the way that I did this, set this up, isn't practical. Not as practical as I thought it was. So we're going to ditch it. And that means that the Bender Fuzz has to come back out. But now I can get it seated again correctly. And there's not as much of a terrifying squeeze happening. Okay. I don't like how loose those are. I should get some better wrenches. Probably. Alright, that's much better. Alright, cool. Alright, much more secure now, thankfully. So, we're not going to use these holes. Because it doesn't make sense to do so. Through goes out to amp. 2 amp input. This is where we start getting into, I believe, our effects loop. With the Kraken in it, of course. So... Okay. Think of the V4 series pedal preamp exactly as you would the front of your amp. You might want to run your regular drive pedal. Yeah. Usually run anything in your amp's loop. Reverb delay, for example, place those pedals between the V4 loop out and your amp effects return jack. Hold on. This is such a complicated part of this fucking whole deal. I wish there was better documentation on this. Between the V4 loop out. Okay. I think I get it. I think I get it. So we want to do send. Which would be loop in to my amps send. And then before I do the return, I want to do my reverb and my delay. So between the V4 loop out and your amps return jack. Hold on. Hold on. So return is going to... This is taking me an hour to figure out, I swear. Okay, I get it. I think I get it. Loop out. I want to go to the input of my delay. It fell on the floor. Oh, this is not gonna, this shit's not gonna fit. I'm gonna have to space this out more. How do I want to do this? This is gonna get wacky. I recognize that I've said that a few times, but I mean it. Fuzz pedal has to come up again. But before I do that, I'm gonna space out this whole chain as well, while I can. there's quite literally no reason not to. Alright, that works. It gives me a little more room to play with over here. I could just, like, run something through here, but I don't like that for a couple reasons. So I'm gonna run it underneath. There we go. This is gonna go into left in. I'm running this mono, which slightly changes the way that this works, because this is also set to work with like a stereo setup, which I am not using. And I'm pretty sure, I think I saw that you would just do left in and left out. Shaman Volante. Left input and left output. Yeah. So in and then left out. Probably do power. Before I forget, should definitely do power. I don't know how many milliamps this uses. It's insane that it's only 9 volts though. Minimum of 300. That's kind of what I figured. That works. So I could do this. Or this would be easier. Although I'd kind of rather do this. No, I wouldn't. What am I doing? That would be silly. And quirky and zany. I just want to test. Is there enough room here? I could probably get away with it. Yeah. I could probably get away with what I'm doing. Let's see. I'm gonna need to secure this thing down. But before I do that, I'm going to do out into the reverb. I want left out. There we go. And this is gonna come down and around out here. Oh god. It's not pretty, but it works. I can make it pretty in a second. That's stereo. That's better. All right, let's say let's say I have this here. So it fits. It's pretty much like right off the edges of the board, but this does fit. It's just tight. And this would probably have to go up through here. Or it could go around the back. This might actually be the better option. But I think this completes the signal chain. And then all I have to do is wire up power. But this, yeah, should be it. I'm gonna hide this power cable behind everything else. It is kind of funny with this being right here, but this makes the most sense visually to me, because I like having this above this, like directly above it. I'm going to Velcro it down. That's the final thing to do here. For the Strymon, I believe. This is sitting here. Then I could just eyeball it. Should I double Velcro this? If I do that, this thing will be impossible to pull off. So I might do it anyway. It is sitting on top of two different Velcro points, so it might be worth doing. Just to be sure. There it is. This is probably the smoothest this has gone for me, but it's also my third time doing a pedal board. Possibly even like my fourth or fifth. I mean, every time I get a new pedal, I have to like redo something. So. did grow myself my only friends. Alright, cool. I just realized that I can't get rid of this now. Although that's actually fine. Because this was just my guitar cable. So I can replace this. If I can untangle it from the other cables that are surrounding me. What the fuck? What the fuck? Huh? Oh god, dude. You know what? Okay. Alright, we're good. Let's see, how do I want to proceed here? This, at this point, well, I could just pull up the, this, but do I want to do that? I'm gonna need to anyway. I might not. I don't like where it's placed, so I'm going to. But I'm just gonna move it up. I think at this point, this is final. As far as, like, positioning goes of things. Although I do want to move the Kraken a little bit farther left. If I can. I need to do that. Let me, hold on. Okay, power's plugged in for the Volante. I should have one more power cable. And I know I should, because my amount of pedals hasn't changed. One's just substantially bigger. Where's my other... I think I have spares anyway. I have spare, singular. I have a spare. I think the way that I want to do this... This lines up weird. Ugh. Come on. Up you go. Ah. Ugh. Jesus. I just want to center this with the Volante for aesthetic reasons. That's it, really. It's just for aesthetic reasons. That feels good. Okay. Everything is still completely fine wiring-wise. And you know what I can do now is use the long end of this right beside the Kraken. So I don't need to worry about some really awkward shit. So I saved the final 100 milliamp hour one for this. So we're good. I can space these two out a little more now. This is not nearly as tight as it used to be, which is nice. This I think needs to go down and through here into the return. So this is going to be a little silly, a little quirky. Alright, cool. I like how that works. We're gonna leave that out for now. So I was visiting Malio. Nice. Sorry, I didn't see that till now. I'm down. I'm just like fucking... I hate to be like, I'm so busy, but... I just am these days. Despite the amount of free time I have, like, I use that free time up. Like, it's gone the moment I have it. If I join the server, I don't know how active I'm gonna be, but I probably will join. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. You right. This I could send through one of the holes. Do I need to, though? More or less. Yeah, I do. Okay. It's gonna come out of this one. Possible I should have done this before, or rather after, de-spaghettiing everything. Well, actually no, this is very much not in its own way, so. Why is this coiled like this? Whatever. There, now it's not. These three will go together. These three will be linked. As they should. Sorry that I've literally never sent a message. Gotcha. I'm working on remaking your custom character mod in C++. Nice. Alright, I am going to plug this into return. Okay. Cool. Shit's looking good, more or less. Trying to decide what I want to do next. I should probably do cable management next. I'm thinking. And by cable management, I mean taking every cable and just putting a rubber band around them to hold them in place. And then I can do the power switch after. Do you think it's manageable today? Don't take the shot of doom. Didn't take the shot of doom. Good. What's the deal with the toothache? Are you just like, just like cavity pain? Like, what is the issue? Probably can't tell. Don't you have a dentist? You should probably go see them. And they're gonna tell you like, oh, we gotta drill out your cavities. It's gonna be $15,000, but like, you should probably do it. Because 30 milliliters of Walgreens cherry acetaminophen every day is not really the best approach to something like that. You don't really want to deal with the long-term effects. "15 cavities, but only one of them is the problem." Sure. Alright. If only one of them's hurting, then you're not wrong, but... that is kind of a funny sentence. I think that's... I mean, it's... is there anything in the way here? No, it's sitting flat. So, we're good. Doesn't look as cool as it does when it's farther right, though. Hold on. When I'm plugged into my tuner, what does this look like? This looks a little more uniform. I don't love how much empty room there is up here, but like... what am I gonna do? It does work, and that's kind of what matters. Well, I don't know if it works yet. I haven't plugged it in. I should probably, before I do cable management, plug all of this in to make sure it does work. I think I'm gonna do that. I haven't done a power cable yet. I haven't done my power switch. Let's see. Having a dedicated power switch on your pedal board is insane. So I'm doing it again. Because it's actually crazy how hype it is. As for where I'm gonna put it, that's kind of the more complicated thing. One of the quadrants fell out a while back. Quadrants of your molar? Wait, so like 1/4 of your molar fell out, or like the full molar fell out? That's some Noel shit. That's like... That's something I fully expect Noelle to say, and then not to be surprised when she says it. No disrespect to Noelle, but it's a very Noelle thing. Alright, so let's say I've got this going on. This would fit here. Dude, look at this spaghetti in the back. Okay. I have just the thing for this situation. Believe it or not. Extendo. And just like that, we're good. And then this will be our input. And this I'm going to put down here. So I like the idea of my power switch being right here. I think that just would look nice. In fact, I'm actually going to do that. But it seems like I should be able to. Oh, shit. I don't have any of the shop. I'll be right back. Completely fucking called it. She left it upstairs. Wait. These aren't both the rough end, are they? They are. No! Wait, that sucks. No way she used all the soft stuff. This was also upstairs. I just lost it. Or, no, I didn't lose it. I missed it. But we're good. I just put a strip of this here. What's up, Emil? By the river. Yes, Aniv. Very cool. Alright, I might do a thicker strip here, because then I feel like this power switch is going to be much less likely to move around and move away from where I want it to be. I'm going to give it like this much. A lot of stuff. Is that a good thing or a bad? Like, is it like a good kind of a lot of stuff or a bad kind of a lot of stuff? Hopefully the good kind. That's what I like to hear. A lot of stuff on my desk. Yep. I prefer how this looks aesthetically. But it's not quite as functional as I wanted it to be. A little short. I don't know why I would need it to be that big. That's ridiculous. Why would I need that? I don't. It's just gonna collect more fucking dust and hair. Okay. I know I said I was gonna do a bigger base so that this would stay put better, but I don't think I need to. I think I can get away with doing something shorter still. That's fine. This works. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this backwards. I'm gonna place this on the power switch first, and then place the power switch where I want it. Is that dumb? Kind of. Is it what I'm doing? Yes. Do I care? Not really. Cool. And then this switch. Oh god, it's completely buried. Is this it? Yes. That is my power cable. We'll just plug it in for now. Cable management, once I verify everything works correctly. Speaking of which... Alright, so not a good sign. I gotta see. I only saw like a snippet of what, but I should watch the whole thing. Or just play it. I could just play the level. How if I just do this? Alright. Everything seems to work, except for the power switch that I just made, so... It seems like it's trying to turn on and failing. This might just be too much for the power switch, which would suck, because having a power switch is awesome. I don't know why this wouldn't be working. It might just be too much power for this little dinky ass little fucking... Let's try something else. Let's try it on its own. That works. So it's the fucking extendo that's not working. It's nice to see everything lighting up and seemingly working fine, though. Granted, I haven't plugged a guitar into it, but... Alright, we're gonna do something different here. I'm not gonna have it on the top. I'm gonna have it on the side. Yeah, cable management is next. That's our next thing. I just want to make sure everything is wired correctly and that everything works as it should. Like, plug a guitar into it and make sure everything's turning on and working just fine before I, like, make the cables permanent. That's my plan, at least. Because it would suck to, like, secure everything down completely, plug in my guitar, something's not working, and then I have to undo it all just to fix it. That would be silly to do. And I want it like right here. True. This isn't sticking well because it's a different Velcro. So I'm going to use the one that came with it. It's a different sleeve of Velcro with different hooks. So I'm going to put on the correct opposing sleeve of Velcro. Which should be... right here. My studio's a mess right now. The floor below me is just a mess of cables. As it should be. Much more secure. Alright, does this work now? Yes. Beautiful. I hope the Volante is supposed to be making those sounds. I do, I really do. It should be fine. I like that placement too. Alright. I'm gonna plug my guitar in. We're gonna use... This is not the return cable anymore. Get out of here. This is my guitar cable now. My what? Oh. Okay. Taking this band-aid off. It was only existing to protect a hangnail, and now I can't play. Alright. This is the moment of truth where we test everything. And hope that everything is correct. Tuner works. That's a good start. And no, you're not supposed to be hearing anything. The tuner's in mute mode. So that's not a good sign. There's no hum while we're on gain 2, which is nice. And clearly something is happening here. Do I know the source of the issue? No. It's probably the way that I have these wired. It's probably the preamp. Okay, so my hope didn't work, but hold on, curious. No, okay. All right. Something's wrong. So now we double check our wiring. And this is the part that's not fun, is the troubleshooting. So, tuner should be going. Currently it's going to the freakout. The freakout is going out to the compressor. The compressor is going out to the POG. The POG is going out to the fuzz. The fuzz is going out should be going out to the overdrive, which it is, and the overdrive should be going out to the corresponding output. Wait, what? Okay, I'm getting wires crossed here. Okay, yeah, it's going the right way. Should be going out to this cable, which is input. So then from there through, I think it's supposed to be going to my amps input. Which, if I follow the cable, is going to amp input. Okay, from there, let's see. The amps send should be going to loop in, which is this cable. It's going to loop in. And loop out should be going to the Strymon, I think. What cable is this? Is it this one? Yes. So that's in, and then Strymon out should be going directly to reverb in, which it is, and reverb out should be going to our receive, which would be this. Return. I don't know why this isn't working, to be completely honest with you. Trying to think of a way I can single out a pedal. Because it might just be one pedal that's not working correctly that's fucking up the whole thing. They do all light up. Like, every pedal turns on. But that only really makes it harder. Let's see. Tuner works. Freakout works. Overdrive. Reverb. Compressor. Micropog. Fuzz. And Kraken. Oh. Okay, well, I mean, duh. There was input. Like, the tuner's working. Like, duh. So what isn't? Let's try something. I have an idea. We're gonna start. Do I have a spare power cable? Or a spare cable? I have this shitty one. I could probably use. Probably not. I'm thinking we start at the beginning of the chain and try every pedal until we find the one that doesn't work. I think that's the way to do it. So this could go into my... Okay, this is gonna come out. Bye-bye. This is gonna go in. No, it's not. This is gonna go into me. And now we're just gonna try pedals until we find the one that doesn't work. The other end of this is gonna go into my amp input. We're just gonna basically disconnect these one by one from the signal chain. Is the pedal outputting noise? That's what we don't really know. So let's test that theory. Okay. Okay. Tuner pedals outputting sound. So we can plug that in. Back in, rather. Is the compressor. So that's weird. Oh wait, no, I think I'm going into the freak out first. I think freak out. I think the compressor is the second in my or the third in my chain. Technically. I'm pretty sure the freak out is second. Oh. I should have just checked all my pedals to make sure they were dialed in correctly. It's very possible that we're fine. And I just had dry off on the freak out, so nothing was going through it. Don't worry about that sound. That sound is fine. Alright. In that case, I'm going to plug everything back in normally. Back in the way it already was plugged in, that is. Stay. Alright, if this works, we get to celebrate. Because I did everything correctly. We're in business. Alright. So now we can test each individual pedal better. My guitar went out of tune though. I am still getting hum. I think it's the one shitty cable I have in here. I do have a pretty shitty cable in this signal chain. It could be that. That works. Compressor works. Hmm. I don't think the Pog is doing anything. But I might just be not using it correctly. I have set the Pog to like one thing and kept it there since I've had it. Huh. That I need to figure out. Oh, fuzz. Fuzz works. I gotta fuck around with fuzz more, dude. Kinda dialing in all my tones again. So I keep the Brown Eye Overdrive, I keep the gain all the way down because it still does a lot. Alright, that works. You fucking would. G-string looking ass. Alright, I haven't fucked with this thing a single time yet. It works. Seems like it works. Whoa. This thing's fucking weird. Okay. That is so fucking cool. I'm gonna have to fuck with this so much. That makes me excited. This is why I built this pedal board, is because I got this. This, like, again, this is endgame delay. This is the last delay pedal I'll ever need. It can do everything and more. And I got it for 150 bucks off MSRP, which is like 450. So I got it for 300, which is fucking wild. The only pedal that isn't working, seemingly, is the Micropog. Oops. Which seems like it's just not outputting the effect. Despite the fact that I'm plugged into effect out, it's just not making the effect. Yeah, it's just not doing anything. Alright, in that case, let's turn everything off. I shouldn't just have shit on the floor, but this is a very messy project, so I don't care. It's gonna just be messy in here for a bit. Until this is done. So. I think I get DankPod's videos recommended to me, I just don't watch them. Not for like any particular reason, I just don't end up watching them. For some reason. I have seen a couple of his videos though, some of them catch my eye. I didn't know he played drums. That's sick. Drums are a little easier to get into now. You can get an E-kit for not too much money. And then just like use that. And it'll sound good too. And it won't piss off your neighbors. Now is a really good time to get into drums. For sure. And I want to say that the Micropog is probably just getting too much juice. And that's why it's freaking out. That's my guess. The Micropog... Well, it's written for 300. Well, no, it's written for like 175 or some dumb shit. And I'm running 300 into it. So I might just be giving it too much juice. I double check. Yeah, 180. I could try it in 100. In fact, that might have actually just been what I was running already. This is a mobile game. Follow the wire. It's this one. I'm giving it 300, yeah. What do I want to switch that with? I could switch it with the Hall of Fame. Let's try it. Because too much impedance isn't going to do anything. So I'm not worried about too much, except for the Micropog, which is very annoyingly specific. I'm not worried about frying my Hall of Fame, though. Where'd I put my fucking pick? This one I'll have to do. It's a little more now, but whatever. Give the tubes a minute to warm up. As a tubey boy. Here we go. We got it, motherfucker. I forgot how much I love Octave. Should we get nasty with it? Should we get real nasty with it for a second? I just fell in love with fucking Octave again. I have rediscovered, despite the fact that it's on my pedal board, I clearly don't touch it enough. Is this gonna be too much? It's already too low for this to make sense. That sounds ridiculous. Dude, Octave is so much fun. W fucking effect. Alright. All that's left now is cable management. Everything's working. Everything sounds great. Well, I'm gonna have to dial in all my tones again. I've kind of already done so, although I have to figure this fucking thing out. But now all that's left is cable management. And by cable management, I mean just like tying everything up in a bow and calling it done. More or less. Ugh. Chill. He says to an inanimate object. After he, the human person, fuck with it. Alright. Cables. The best thing about this entire fucking thing. My favorite thing to have to do. Favorite thing to have to worry about. This would make a lot more sense if it went down this way. I'm gonna be real. And I have the power to change that. So I'm going to. Ugh. want to move this up a tiny bit. That's better. Okay. I'm procrastinating because I don't want to do this. But it has to be done. Alas. There is no avoiding the spaghetti. So let's see. Jesus, how do I want to do this? I might do all the power cables together. And then do as many of the patch cables as I can. I don't want to lay this face down, but I'm going to. I underestimated how big of a mess this would be. I'm not gonna lie. I 100% did. Thankfully, most of the patch cables are like on like the lowest layer. I'm gonna see if I can make that true. As if it wasn't already. The only power cable that's like in the way is well, now it's not. Well, it kind of is, but most of the ones towards the left here are kind of weird. But that's just kind of how it has to be. Can I do this? This is like almost worse than the last time I did this. I say almost because last time I did this it was pretty bad. Do I have one of those Velcro thingies? I don't think you heard that. I'd prefer if you didn't. That should be every power cable. I don't see any loose ones. These are part of it. So these just need to be... These kind of need to be secured somewhere. Ideally somewhere not visible. So like down here would work. I'm turning my music back on. I think that's gonna have to work. Or I could stick it in up here, but that's very visible and very ugly. So. This would be the most hidden it could be. Right down here. I want to get another one of those Velcro things. I don't believe I have any others, so we're going to resort to something worse. Twist ties. I'm going to change something here. And this is a bad idea. But I'm going to do it. There's a good reason I'm doing this, I promise. The reason I did that is so that now I can secure it down with Velcro. Which is cool. And now I'm going to use twist ties on either side of it to keep it even more secure. Just to go a little lower. Alright. Not pretty on the backside, but on the inside, hopefully it's... Or on the outside, hopefully it's a little bit okay looking. I'm going to put a little bit of this down to Velcro this twist tie in place. Because I'm a genius, basically. There, it comes out, and it stays down. Beautiful. As for the patch cables, I think I'll probably mostly just kind of stay loose, but I don't really want to do that. How does this look from the front? Let's see. These are our two long boys that I had to use. I think one of them I actually didn't have to use, but I ended up using it anyway because it just kind of had to. I think I was out of options. I want to add this in here. Alright. These I would love to secure down somehow. My brain's cooking. Hold on. Why don't I have some shit secured over on this side? Because that's, like, you can't see anything over this side. Nothing can be seen here. Why haven't I done more of that? Hold on. This makes no sense all of a sudden. I'm gonna undo this. And immediately regret it. I immediately regret it. Well, no I don't. This made sense. Ideally, that stays there. That, I think, works. I feel good about this. There's a huge rubber band for that. This I would love to secure down here. But I think it's gonna stay still on its own, so. Most of these patch cables will, I think. How does this look from the front here? Good. Looks good. Can't really see anything. See a cable there. Other than that, this is good. Looks good. Sounds good. Works good. There's one more thing I need to do. I gotta clean up my cable situation down here. I gotta clean up my okay, I gotta clean up. I just gotta clean up, just period. I just gotta clean up. Clean up of everything. Everything that isn't the pedal board. This looks sick. I'm very proud of how this looks, and I'm very happy with how it functions. Like, functionality-wise, I think I did a really good job on this. It sits flat. That's good. We like that. Sorry if that was loud. Let's see. Where's that, there's a little fender boy. Here it is. Theoretically, I should have 3 of these little ties to work with, because I've got 3 cables here. Just gonna tie them all up together. Just like that. There's so much cable over here. You can't see it, but it's an overwhelming amount of cableage. I would love to keep these tied as like one unit, that phrase at the end. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Lots of weird whines going on. Here's the extra. Here's the other fender thing. I wish I had more of these, because I'd put them kind of everywhere. I'm not gonna lie. Again, I would love for these 3 cables to just be like one unit. I could keep using twist ties, which I might. I would love to keep this clean. I might make new labels for these. I actually probably am. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I have one for send. I need one for receive. I don't know if you can hear me down there. My blue masking tape. Huh. Mom probably stole it. That's my guess. Oh. Here it is. Covered in a white powder I'm not going to touch on. What was I doing? Making cable labels. I need that. Cool. Looks scuffed, but it'll work. I'll know where to put it. See, I mean, the thing about this is that I'm obviously going to be playing gigs with this. So I need this to be able to... I need to be able to easily tear this down when needed. Which I should be able to do. It's just the things are gonna get unplugged from the amp and stay plugged in here, I think. I think that's kind of the way that this makes the most sense, currently. Where'd I put my Sharpie? There it is. Cool. I need to vacuum down here really badly. I'm proud of myself. This looks great, visually. Looks great. It's going to function great. Already does function great. I'm happy. Stream went about as well as it could have. I was like, something's gonna happen where I'm gonna end stream upset. Like, I'm not gonna have enough cables, or one of my cables is broken and I'm screwed, or like, pedal stops working because I fry it for some reason, or like, you know, whatever. But no, everything just worked out as I was hoping, but not necessarily expecting. That works. I'm gonna keep adding twist ties to this to make it one large cable. I have like 20 more twist ties. Thankfully. That's probably enough for now. I'm almost at the end of the cable though. I'm gonna keep going. Because I can. This is a, I think this is a 15-foot cable. Much longer than I'd ever really need, but that's kind of why I got them. I was like, I'm just gonna buy the nicest cables I can, and the longest version of those cables I can without being ridiculous. Like, I wasn't about to buy a 100-foot cable, but like 15 feet was like, okay. I probably won't need any longer anytime soon. So. Definitely don't need it that long at home, but I will when I'm not at home. Alright. At this point, we're pretty much at the end of the cable, so. So at this point, I'm pretty much doing everything that you won't be able to see because it's down there. And I need to clean up down there. It's a little dirty. I'm a hairy guy. Lots of hair falls off my head, and lots of it ends up in the carpet, so. I'm gonna let the song finish and then probably end stream, because I've pretty much done what I set out to do today. I think it's funny that the pedal board was working first try, and my dry was just set to off on the freak out. So I was like, what's going on? There is actually one more thing to do that I kind of forgot about, to be honest. That is just to finish this. I'm just gonna loop it in through here. How do I want to do this? I have an idea. Kind of a dumb idea. I put my skizzers. Album's over. Goodbye. No, I'm just kidding. I'm securing this down first. The way that I'm doing it's kind of... Again, I've been saying silly, and it is very silly. But it's gonna work, so... That's too far left. That's good. Is this even gonna work? I straight up don't know. See what I did here? This is Velcro. This is Velcro. I taped it in place with Velcro. Because fuck it, right? It's a pedal board. I can do that. So. Like I said, everything else that I'm going to be doing is going to be down here in this corner where my pedal board normally goes, but I'm not going anywhere with it. And that's stuff you can't see because of this camera angle and stuff that I don't really... Not that I don't want you to see down there because it's completely fine, but I don't care to bother to make it visible, so I'm not going to. We're done. Pedal board is together. Sounds great. Looks great. Probably the best looking pedal board I think I've built. And the best sounding definitely too. I can't wait to dig into this thing and explore it and see what I can do with it. Because it's a really fucking cool delay pedal, and it was definitely worth doing a full teardown and then rebuild for it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it. I'm out. Kind of an unusual stream for me, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I had fun. See you.